The practices and policies inflicted upon our ancestors in the centuries prior to and leading up to the Rising proved a ruthless training ground as to how the Empire torched and terrorized indigenous civilizations across the globe. Is it any wonder the Irish people rose again to defy their slave masters? Across the island of Ireland, Sinn Féin are now the largest political party, with our membership that includes former combatants, ex-political prisoners, policy strategists and elected representatives working with the grassroots activists. Sinn Féin abounds with confidence in conveying sound arguments and proposals towards uniting the island that will serve the interests for all its people. And it's not with a sense of triumphalism, but it's a statement I feel best expressed in a poem by Bobby Sands, scripted from the confines of his long cast cell, titled The Rhythm of Time, as the last two stanza read. It lies in the hearts of heroes dead. It screams in tyrants' eyes. It has reached the peak of mountains high. It comes searing across the skies. It lights the dark of this prison cell. It thunders forth its might. It is the undauntable thought, my friend. The thought that says, I'm right.
For the homeland. I was asked to speak today on behalf of the Dillon family by Bob Doherty, who suggested I talk about what it is like to be the great-grandson of Dynamite Luke Dillon. Not knowing much about him in my early years, I find new and interesting things every day about his life as the leader of the famous Dynamite campaign. Some facts are true and some are false, but what is true about him and the men around him is that they had a passion and commitment for a free Ireland. I also have to say that when I'm introduced to people, and the introduction is not, this is Mike Moran, it's more like, this is the great-grandson of the Dynamiter. It's a great feeling to see the respect and admiration people have for Luke during this introduction.
Daniel Cahalan was born in County Cork, Ireland in 1924. He immigrated to the United States in 1950. In 1950 to 1952, he served as Sergeant First Class in the U.S. Army in Korea. He was awarded the Purple Heart for bravery in his service to his adopted country. He also received a Bronze Service Star. Dan was married to Jane Nee McCluskey and the father of 3 children. He was a successful self-employed general contractor. He chose to help the long-oppressed people of Ireland by being chairman of the Delaware County chapter of Irish Northern Aid, which raised funds to support the wives and children of Irish political prisoners. Dan would sell the Irish People newspaper outside different parish churches in order to help educate the public about the injustices occurring in the British-controlled state of Northern Ireland. In 1974, he was imposed for invoking his Fifth Amendment right and refusing to answer questions before a grand jury regarding the shipment of arms to the Irish Republican Army. He was held in Holmesburg Prison and Berks County Jail, Reading, for 9 months. In 1977, Dan was sentenced to a 1-year prison term after being convicted of conspiracy and illegal exportation of arms. He was incarcerated in federal prison, Maxwell Air Force Base, Montgomery, Alabama. Dan was a champion of Irish freedom and unification until his untimely death at age 56 in 1980. His dream was that someday there would be a united Ireland with peace and justice, and a 32-county Ireland.
Hey! Hey! Fire! Second squad, ready! Hey! Fire! Third squad, ready! Ready! Hey! Fire! Shoulder! Arm!